All right. Am I live? I hope I am. I think I am. Let me get a little more water. All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom. Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Oh, I have a resting place in the Most High Yah. Just the thought. I have a resting place in Yah. Ooh, I can feel that thing, y'all. I can feel that thing. Coming to you all today with a message that I hope that it would help someone that's out there. Um, uh, to where we are going today, we're going to and fro, trying to find this place that we think that we can just rest in. But I just thank the Most High Yah for having a resting place where I can just rest in Him and trust that He got this. Ooh, to learn that the Most High Yah got this, let me tell you something. It is something to know. It is something to have. It is something to believe. It is something to embrace. Oh, He got this. He got this. I was here doing a video yesterday with my son, Joseph. I called him the Quiet Storm. And I learned something, not just yesterday, but I learned something, let's say in the last 2 weeks, that the Most High is doing. Uh, the Most High is not, somewhere along the line, I think my light went off. 1 minute. Somewhere along the line, my father focus, it's totally in the area of which many can't even behold. Many have no idea. I think about him saying that he will pour out his spirit. He said it in what they call the New Testament. To me, there's no New Testament, no Old. It's all one. And it's all found in understanding, spirit and truth. And it is said that He will pour out His spirit upon your daughters and your son. And as we enter in what they call the New Testament, He said it again. He will pour out His spirit upon your daughter and your sons. And what I'm starting to feel is those that have received that blessing, that spirit from the Most High Yah, they have no idea how their positions in which Yah has called them, appointed and anointed them for is in this day. I mean, this is a day that like no other. We can't take today and match it with no other time past. Not today. Now, we have been given many prophecies in which we have to connect it with today. But the time in we're in is such an ugly time period. It is such a wicked time period that it matches the ugly and wicked time period of yesterday. Uh, I've learned since I've been off YouTube, I've learned how people have used Satan, the devil, the serpent, as a door out of many things that they're doing within. As long as they can blame someone on the outside for the issues of what's going on with them on the inside, they are well, they're all good. And I noticed that the Father never said or left anything for us to really take Satan and put him in a place where he is ruining everything for us or he is controlling us 100%. And if you listen to what's going on in the world today, you would think somebody is doing something because the mindsets today, what people's mindset is today, and the things that they're doing today, it makes you wonder who, look at this wicked and evil that is behind all this chaos that's in the world today. But you know what? The Father is teaching me. Not just is he teaching me, he has taught me in the last couple of weeks about how everything is directed to Satan and the devil. People are not really looking at themselves in the mirror to see that, wait a minute now, is this me? Yes, it is. Because let me tell y'all something that you all do not know. If you and we continue to say everything that's wicked and evil and everything that's wrong and unjust, murdering, and all these things is of the devil, guess what? Who paid a penalty when they stand before glory? Who pays the penalty? The price for that judgment. That you say Satan and the devil, or that Satan is the devil and the devil is Satan. You wants to put him in front of you, in back of you, and every side. When you do unjust, you do unrighteous, you do wicked and evil, you say Satan, Satan, the devil, the devil. I sit back and I just listen to people constantly saying evil, wicked, the devil, Satan, the serpent. And then I say, all these characters is in one. Who's going to pay the penalty? Who's going to stand before the mighty throne? Satan is not standing before the mighty throne. Or do y'all know that? He's not going to get an opportunity to stand before the throne. He knows it. And he don't have no problem with it. But people think that if they can justify, clarify, and identify that everything that they are doing is the work of Satan, is the work of demons, is the work of the devil, is the work of that serpent, guess what? Then you gets away with doing what you're doing. You are justified, you are clarified, and you are identified as the innocent one if you can blame all things on that serpent. But why is it you are going to be judged? If the serpent was liable for everything that's taking place in your life, that's wicked and evil, that is against y'all, why are you standing before the throne and not Satan? Look at Adam and Eve. Just look at Adam and Eve. You think that serpent who tempt is going to stand before the throne on their behalf because he the one tempt them? You keep forgetting where the right hand of the Father is at. And that's one of the biggest things I think many shall never, ever, ever know nor understand. The right hand of the Father is greater than any and everything. And this is what people don't understand, nor do they get. They haven't learned who is this right hand? Who is this power? Because in Genesis, they missed it. Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2, they missed it. And when they missed it there, it's nothing in any book can bring them up or straighten them up. They are so far away from truth. I even heard where he said he's not coming to make the crooked straight. No, he is not. And that's what a lot of you all don't understand. I sat back and listened to him telling me this about Satan and read this, devil, you see his here. I'm like saying, so why are they giving him all the thunder? How is it that Satan is getting so much thunder and so much glory down here? Even those who say a higher is still yet giving Satan the glory. And Satan in the corner somewhere saying, yeah, they looking at me, they blaming me, they blame. But you know what? It's something. Just think, y'all. Do you think Satan gonna be right there to stand beside you come the judgment? When you stand before the throne of the Most High God, you think Satan gonna be there? Just like I tell a lot of you all, if you think that your mother, your daddy, or your husband that's supposed to be your head, you think he's gonna be stand before the throne on your behalf? No. So you have to understand, you got to be about you. You got to be more concerned about who you are in and with Yah. Not so much as who everybody else is. And this is where people make their biggest mistakes. So I want to just cover some things here in Revelation, because as I look at Revelation, I said, Father, why ain't they seeing this? Why ain't they seeing you throw up and throw down? He said, they're because they missed it in Genesis. Had they knew who my power was, they wouldn't be trying to even think that they can blame anybody for this and anybody for that, because they missed him in the beginning. I sit back there and I listen in Revelation. Is that my line? No. I listen in Revelation 20. I'm sitting here watching how the Father destroy Satan. And I'm like saying, why is it the people on earth can't see this? Because if you see who Satan is, you realize the things that's going on. It's a lot of things that's going on that is triggered by Satan's, how would I say it? Those who have joined the team of Satan, okay, and Satan. But it's because they have decided to sign his book. You see, and this is why they're a partaker in it. But the truth of the matter, when you get into Revelation, because I'm going to tell y'all something. I sat and I thought about how the two witnesses coming. And I'm sitting here saying, oh, I can't wait to see the two witnesses. When I see the two witnesses, it gonna be on. But you know what, you all? The two witnesses ain't gonna tamper with this mess in the United States. The two witnesses gonna be somewhere else. It's not gonna be in this country. Those two witnesses that's coming. And I think about my son Joseph. I think about if those two witnesses something like him, that's about right. That's about right. But this is the thing. In Revelation, it talk about the two witnesses and how they're going to have a power to cause it to rain down fire. And they're going to be able to do this. And they're going to be able to do this. All this power they're going to have. Everybody going to be fearing them. Ain't nobody going to be trying to tamper with them or bother them. Have y'all ever thought about that? You ain't going to see Satan over there buckling up on them or bothering them. You ain't going to see Satan doing anything. Nothing. Because guess what? Everybody is so afraid of the two prophets. They're afraid of them because what they could do, y'all. It's that's what people don't understand. When Yah send you to do a job, he gives you the tools to complete it. These two witnesses that's coming down, they're going to be doing things and saying things. And the world ain't gonna be able to say nothing to them. They're gonna be more afraid of them. You see? And they're gonna be going to and fro, showing themselves to be witness of the Most High Yah. They're gonna be known as the two witnesses. They're gonna know that that's the two witnesses. You think they're gonna bother them? No, they're not gonna bother them. Why? Because Yah said, Deborah, check this out. I'm going to the bottomless pit. He goes down to the bottomless pit, open up so something from the bottomless pit can come up and destroy the two witnesses. Why? What about all that power the two witnesses have? Their power is limited to bring fear upon the people on the earth and to speak the Most High's word, to cause them to tremble by the word and by the power that they were given. Y'all ain't gonna send Satan to come destroy them. Satan says, shoot, y'all talk like fools. You think I'm going through to them. You as crazy as I don't know what. If you think I'm gonna mess with those. See, I'm trying to get y'all to a level to understand. A lot of this stuff y'all hooping and hollering about, y'all don't know a wretch behind about what you're talking about. Because I'm sitting here saying, oh, I can't wait for the two witnesses. When I see them, it's on. You know, I'm like, girl, please. The whole world is going to be frightened of these two witnesses. Why? Because they know something. They knew enough to know we better not mess with them. Because they can have rain down fire from heaven. Two witnesses. But then what happened? They wouldn't bother. They wouldn't touch him. They wouldn't even try to kill him. Y'all said, hey, go down there, open up that pit, pull on up, take out them two witnesses. You see how y'all rumbles? That's that power I try to teach y'all, but y'all too far gone to receive it. When you go into Revelation, it is so lovely. It is so pleasant. It is so beautiful. Because all this demonstrating is my Father's power, which you all missed in Genesis chapter 1. So what do he have to do? He got to throw down. You see? And you all don't even understand what's going on in the world. Not just in this United States, what's going on in the world. It's still the judgment of the Most High God. He's still showing himself, and we calling it Satan's power and calling it ours. And we don't even see how he cutting up from the floor. I'm sitting back, I'm saying, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. Hold up. Why you going down to the bottom of this pit? I want to show you something. I'm going to pull something up, Deborah. Just keep your eye out. All of a sudden, that the one that came from the bottom of this pit destroyed the two witnesses. Man, didn't it? Russia and China, France and Germany, United States ain't going to be even connected. They didn't do nothing to the two witnesses. They was too afraid of them. Well, what was that come from out of that hell? How about trying my power, Deborah? See, that's what y'all don't know. And it being a living prophetess in this day and time, seeing this great power that needs to be feared and honored. And then people walking around thinking that they got the power and the authority to rule this stanky world and don't even understand at a blink of an eye, he'll send one down. Let's show you what I'm talking about. And see, we think we the bad ones, we the tough ones. We all that and something. Baby, until you know my Father's power, you still don't know nothing. That's why it says, and denying the power therein. Y'all deny the power that's in that controls everything out. How you like them now? Now watch this here. When I get to Revelation, I'm all up in Revelation. I said, hold up now. Hold up. Now this getting too deep, Father, y'all. It's getting too deep. I go over to Revelation, and then I end up saying, wait a minute, what's this stuff over here? I see that in Revelation 6, exactly what you're showing me. He's sitting here showing me all this great power. I'm just going to show you here in Revelation chapter 6. And when he opened up the second seal, I heard a second beast said, come see. Telling John, come on over here so you can see something. And there went out another horse that was red. Who did that? Who did that? Who pulled that red horse up? Who did that, I won? Oh, Satan did it. The devil did it. His name is Lucifer too. He did it. Let's wrap that a little bit more. Revelation chapter 6, verse which one? Let's go to verse 2. And behold, a white horse, and he that sat on the horse had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and conquering. Who doing that? Who doing that? Verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard a second beast say, come and see. They showing John how it rumbles in this day. Watch this here. And in verse 3, Revelation chapter 6 and verse 3. And when he had opened the second, I heard the second beast say, come see. Verse 4. And for there went out another horse that was red. Wait a minute now. Who pulling up with that white horse? Who pulling up with that red horse? You go to verse 5. And on the third seal, the beast that was what? Black beast. A black horse. Who pulling up all these horses? Every last one of them was carrying power, y'all. Just kind of meditate on that type of power that they were carrying. Enough to kill and destroy. Who could have sent that type of power on the earth? See, we're really thinking the heathens and the Gentiles and the elites really have the power because we stuck on stupid, thinking that Satan can control them and have them to do all these things that's being done, because we never knew who the power was in Genesis. We ain't gonna know who the power is in Revelation. That's how blind. Not only is the flesh blind, because it's gone, but your spirit is blind. Because I'm sitting in this day and time with you, and I can see this great power coming from the Most High. Y'all said, hold on now, what you going down yonder for, Father? Why you going down in here? Why are you giving the angel key to open up the door? Wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. How you got, wait a minute, hold up, John, hold up. John is over in Revelation seeing a red horse, a white horse, and a black horse, and a pale horse, and all these horses come with death, come with destroying and power. Who did that? Who was doing that? See, we have to wrap these prophecies up with spirit and truth. Then we'll get a better understanding why we walk of what's going on. And guess what? We'll have a greater fear in Yah and not in man, because we'll know that's where the power comes from. Now, when these horses are coming, they're sending a mission. They sent on a mission to bring sickness. And this is what you might see when you see the world showing you that they cranking up a virus and you thinking they got it in their hand. No, they don't, baby. Heaven's already got it locked in and locked out before the foundation of the world. It was. It is. And guess what? It's still going to be. So while we're giving all this authority and this power to... wait a minute, hold up. Let's go back to the Garden of Eden. Hold up, Father, yeah? Hold up, Father, yeah? Who put that tree of good and evil in that garden? Who did that? I wonder who did that. Hold up, Father, yeah? What you doing? I thought you put the tree of life in the garden. Who put the tree of good and evil in there? How did the tree of good and evil end up in the garden next to the tree of life? I wonder who did that. See, going back to the power, y'all. When you miss Genesis 1 and 2, you done missed the whole book. And any other books they tell you that's missing, been taken out, here go one. They finding all kind of books to justify, to clarify, and identify that they can tell you something. And they can't tell you nothing because they missed the first book that was in instructions and directions. So when you pull up in Genesis 2, and you see him building a garden, and in that garden, he put good and evil. So what did Satan come in with the power? See? Because we missed his right hand. The Father's right hand had already orchestrated that thing. Why? Because in heaven is the blueprint of what's on earth. We just don't want to give that glory to him. We don't want to give that praise to him. We don't want to give him that honor because we didn't want to give him the power. That's why we ain't got the honor, the praise, and the glory to give him, because we don't want to hand him back what is his, which is the power. Ain't nothing you can do with it. It was, it is, and it shall be. You can't do nothing with that. And with understanding, rest that power. And if you say you got understanding, you don't know the power, you ain't got what you think. And if you say you got a power and not the understanding, you don't know what you got. You ain't got nothing. Okay? But the flesh of man teaching you and schooling you. So as I sit here in Revelation chapter 6, and I'm sitting here seeing all these horses taking these heavy mission of destroying and killing and what else were they doing? Pestilence, hunger in the sense. What else? Let me see what the white horse. Here it is, conquering and destroying, taking away peace. Hold up, Father, y'all. Hold up, Father, y'all. That's why we ain't got no peace on earth. We run around here trying to give it to Satan. Oh, Satan got the power to take this. He did it. He did it. He did it. You know what? You know why not we. Cut it off, Deborah. You know why people can use Satan? Because that's a scapegoat for them to not really see the reality of life. We use Satan as a scapegoat. Let's go to Revelation 20. When I saw that the earth and the sea fled, I'm like saying, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all. Why are they fleeing? He said, Deborah, they saw my face. That's why. You mean to tell me that the earth and the sea is afraid of the Father's face, and we running around here like he don't mean nothing? He ain't nothing. Y'all sick. You sicker than sick. Revelation chapter 20 and verse 1. I saw an angel come down from heaven. Now John is telling us this. Having the key, one key of the bottomless pit, and a great chain in his hand. Hold up. One angel having one key and one chain in his hands. Yes, Deborah. Okay. Verse 2. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 1 and verse 2. And he laid hold on that dragon, that serpent, which is the devil and Satan. How did one angel lay the hold of Satan all by himself? That tells me right there, Satan is not as strong and powerful as y'all ugly mouth claim he is. You all have made him powerful based on your mouth. That's how I see Michael Jordan. To me, I couldn't see Michael Jordan as a good player. Michael Jordan is what they made him be. Easily, the world can take you from an ant and build you to be a giant. The world can take you from a little ant and make you a giant. And that's what happens with Michael Jordan to me. I didn't see him as a good player. I saw him when he shot. When he got ready to shot, everybody made room for him to shoot, to make his shots look beautiful, to make them pretty, to give him the way that he can style himself. That's how he was made. And today, we do the same way to Satan. The world. Satan ain't even doing the things that y'all say he's doing. Y'all making him look good. Looking tough and bad. And he ain't nothing. Look how one angel. This one angel came down with one key. And he had one chain in his hand. And what did he do? He laid hold of Satan all by himself. Wait a minute, no, not the one that deceived the whole world. That's impossible. It's no way one angel can be able to take on Satan. Come on now. That's just showing you how much glory you have glorified Satan and how much honor you have given him, how much praise you have given him when you made everything about him. You gave all that power that belongs to my most high Yah. You turned it over to Satan, and you still today walking around here like Satan, all tough and bad. And all it took was one angel to come down. And what did he do? Verse 2. And he laid hold of the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan. And what did he do? He bound him 1,000 years. This is the part I like. Verse 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit. And what did he do? But no more, so he can't talk to the others that's down in the bottomless pit. That's what he do. Now, how you like my Father now? Can you see that power? Wait a minute, hold on. Where that power come from? Heaven. Heaven sent that angel down there with that one key to open up the gate so he could put Satan in it by himself. He shut his mouth so he won't be holding no conversation down there with those that's down in the bottomless pit. And what else did he do? He shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should not deceive the nations no more. One angel. He didn't say he was Yah. One angel. He didn't say he was Yeshua HaMashiach. One angel. That's how I like the Father to rumble. He ain't up here showing John that it takes a battle. Oh, I'm trying to get this here to Satan down here. I'm fighting him and trying to get him down here. I'm gonna have to send a legion or army of angels. No. That's y'all lying. Y'all love the lies. Satan is the father of lies. And you all adapt to his lies and become those who lies for him. That's why y'all can't get the praise. That's why he can't get the honor. That's why he can't get the glory. That's why you can't magnify him in this day and time. Why? Because you're so busy giving it to the devil. And the devil standing around saying, shoot, they telling me that I ain't the one with the power. He know he ain't. It's the only power he got is what your mouth have given, what your heart has given, what your strength has given him. You turned all that over to him to where you can recognize him as having something. He ain't nothing. Ain't never been. Anytime you get to Revelation chapter 20 and you go to verse 11 and it says, I saw a great white throne and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heavens fled away. Wait a minute. Hold up. That right hand created the heavens. That right hand created the earth. But his face, the earth, and the heavens looked at and they took off running. My Father, you don't know who he is. You don't know his power. You don't know his glory. You don't know the honors that's due him and the praise that he entitled to. Don't mess with my Father. You don't know it. And in this day and time, that is such a great key for me, because I realize, Father, they just living a lie. And it's okay. It's okay for you to live that which you've been fed to live. But I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to show you something. Now, I ain't going to show you something. I'm going to say this. But guess what that power did? Said, I don't care what you live. I got you written in my book where I got you going. So that's how wonderful that power is. See, Satan can't take you from Yah. He can't do that, even if he tried. Nobody can take you from out of his hand. It is written. It is written, past tense. Even that too was to inform those that are taught by the Ruach, that they may understand. It is written that nobody down here monkey around with you, telling you what it is, what it been, what it's going to be. They can't tell you nothing. For heavens has already written it in and written it out and closed it. I even remember reading in Revelation about they was hooping and hollering. Who can open up the books? Oh, who can come and open up the books? Look, stand down. The book's going to get open whether someone open it or not. So happens someone did open it, but I'm just still saying, what y'all hooping and hollering for? Y'all close the books and y'all gonna have the books open. What are you talking about? Who gonna open up the books? See, that's what y'all don't understand too. The books has not been open to the point where you are being judged from out of those books yet. But the books that has been prophesied that this is gonna happen. Yes, guess what, y'all? You already in skin deep in the ocean somewhere, can't see dry land, because the reality of what you're seeing today is the power of the Father bringing everything to the front line so you can see. So I know you all heard me talk about French oil. French. He's a elderly black man. When I say elderly, I think he's like 65, maybe older than that. And he's been on here for probably 7 or 8 years. And he's thinking that the Father is allowing him to have a gift to see Satan's movements. Now watch this. Listen to this, y'all. So he's thinking, and he got a lot of people following him. Now he connects this young white guy with him, and he's doing it too. But what they don't understand, baby, y'all practicing in witchcraft. That's all y'all doing. Y'all practicing witchcraft and sorcery. And you're getting on this devil platform teaching people that God is giving you a gift to be able to know numbers, colors, okay, coding. Y'all ain't giving you none of that, baby. He said ain't nothing new under the sun. And furthermore, he told Satan himself to leave the light on. So you ain't seeing nothing Sister Deborah ain't already seen. So this man, he's on there, and people follow him by great number. And it's a very high level of witchcraft, sorcery, and black magic to the point where he can take, let me see, this glass I have with a straw. Or he can take the TV and he can say, see her colors in the back. He'll match those colors with something. And if he sees some numbers, he'll match that color with some numbers to try to let him, he feels that Satan is speaking without speaking. And what he don't understand, ain't nobody speaking but my Most High Yah. When you know his power, he speaks like that. Satan already know. He told him to leave the light on, bro. So what you see it is the light being left on so you can see in the darkness, so you can get yourself and others right. But no, you want to take it and play witchcraft and sorcery with it. You want to get on here and have people supporting you in this game of Satanism. It ain't Satanism for real. It's him making it that. Instead of saying, he said Satan is speaking without speaking, and he got the gift from God to see what Satan is doing and how things are being done. Somebody died when he got the secret of why they died, which way they died. And this Satanist said, y'all, when Satan been given life and death in his hand? You see the mindset? When have Satan been given life and death in his hand? I'm going to go back to my Father's power for a minute here. If heavens has orchestrated you to come in your mother's womb, he knew you before you was in your mother's womb, but he going to park you in your mother's womb, give you a date to come out, then turn around, got a date to snatch the life, the breath he gave out of you. It already numbered in the heaven. Tell me, what do Satan control out of that? He don't control none of it. Life and death is in my Father, a highest mighty right hand, and not man. So people don't understand, because we took life and death and put it in the order in which we want to feel it in the flesh. Y'all let us do that. God, let them be lost. They want to be lost. Let them be lost and let them stay lost. That's all they want to do, is make sure we can line up a lie with the things that make our flesh feel okay. Life and death ain't never been in Satan's hand, nor shall it be. It's God, Yah has you coming in as he have you going out. He has ordered your steps, and guess what? He has written you in the books, or the book of life. So what is it that's down here that told Satan you got all the power for life and death? See, Satan knows he's not over death. He knows he's not. So why we can't see that? All this wicked and evil is going on. This is Yah said, open up the portal. Let it all flow out. Flow out. Get up. Get up. They can't see it. They can't see the white horse, the red horse, the black horse, the pale horse. And that's what do the pale horse says? But the fear and faithful unbelief, and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorceries and adulterers and all liars shall have a part in the lake of the burning fire and brimstones, which is the second death. Now, who was that was coming? That was a part of, which horse was that? No, that's in 20. That's in 21. No, that's not the horse there. That's in verse Revelation 21. But in the pair, let me see what the pair horse in Revelation 6. Let me see what he was doing. Hey, pair horse over here. What was your job? Okay. Revelation chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. His name that sat on him was Death. Wham! Satan, do you have control over death? And hell followed with him. And the power was given unto him over a fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword and with hunger. So tell me, y'all, who got the power over these things that's taking place? My Most High, y'all. And we giving it all to Satan. No. Satan was created for who he is. Even to this day, he's going to be used to partake in the judgment, hallelujah, of my Father's will. He's doing the role of wicked and evil. That's what Satan is. Proverbs 16, it reads. In Proverbs 16, it reads. Proverbs 16 and verse 4. Ahiah has made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the days of evil. So there you go. They won't get it here. Instead of just putting Satan under my Father's feet, instead they put him on his shoulder and let him be above Yah. And this is what happened also in Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2. They never got it. That's why during that time, it was where you can see the perfection and the perfect will of the Father being created. But they let that go, and they took on Genesis chapter 3 and on and made it what they want it to be without looking at the power that started it all. Praise somebody, y'all. So here we are today, lost without a cause, without even knowing the power that rests therein. I had to tell my son yesterday, give him an example of Yeshua. Now listen to this. Here Yeshua's, he ain't guess sent him. He's already kind of getting nipsy. Yeshua kind of, wait a minute. Didn't I tell y'all to stay up? Peter them couldn't stay up. And he would leave. I think it was 3 times he left and came back there with sleep. What was that all about? See, people didn't know that there was Yeshua, a man born of a woman, about to go into the mission that he were called to complete. And that was to sacrifice himself, which was a flesh of a man for all mankind. See, he couldn't go up there with the power, which was Christ. He had to go to that cross in the flesh. He couldn't go up there with the power. He had to go up there by himself in the flesh. Who is the power? Christ is the power. That's the Son of Yah. So he couldn't take the Son of Yah to the cross. He had to go as the Son of Man for us in the flesh. Did he have to go? So this is where you know that he had to separate. He get into Gethsemane and he said, telling them, well, y'all should, I want you to stay awake. They couldn't stay awake. They kept falling asleep. So he also went out to pray and he sweat and he said, take away this bitter cup. That was flesh. But then he said, wait a minute, hold up. I got to go all the way. Not my will, but thy will shall be done. And where we missed it is in that power. We don't see the sincerity of how the Son of Man died on that cross like we would have in the flesh. He didn't take the power to the cross. You can't take the power to the cross. You can't nail the power to the cross. So the Son of Yah had to stand down. Let him complete the mission as the lamb, as the sacrifice, and sacrifice the life. That's why do you think Yeshua didn't say, no one took my life, I laid it down? They don't get it, Father, y'all. They don't get it. And the reason why one don't get it is because you have forsaken the power so long. till you can't find spirit and truth lining up in truth. So here he is in Gethsemane, and it was said, nobody took my life. I laid that thing down. I know that's right. Praise the mighty Yah. So as Yeshua went off to pray, he found, and with great tears and sweat, he said, take away this bitter cup. Not my will, but thy will be done. He was actually in the flesh. He was the flesh of man, just like you and I. That's what it was. See, he couldn't go on the cross with the power. Hallelujah. You will never hear a pastor, a priest, a bishop, a prophet, a prophetess. You'll never hear a Maureen and a seer teach you that thing, because it's only found in spirit and truth. Now here he is. He go to the cross. He goes alone. He don't go to the cross with the power. The power is Christ that came down to work with him. Okay? So when he gets to this cross, he get up there, and what happened? He began to say something else. Abba, Abba, why have thou forsaken me? Wait a minute, hold up. If you were God, why are you asking, why have you forsaken me? See, they can't preach that thing to y'all. You know why? The power wasn't on the cross, y'all. It was the Son of Man, born of a woman, like you and I. Flesh. He had to sacrifice his flesh. So what happened? The sacrifice that Yah had assigned him did not require him to stall in death, but to give up the ghost instant. So when you hear him saying, Abba, Abba, why have thou forsaken me? That's because the flesh is saying, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. You know, because it's now feeling what it feels as the flesh. And then it says he gave up the ghost. Praise the mighty Yah. Now, they cleaned him up, took him down, they cleaned him up, and got him ready for burial. Well, people, because you forsaken Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2, not understanding the power of my Father. You don't understand the power of the Spirit of Christ. Christ is the Father's Spirit. It is his power and his word. Well, it had to come back to the grave, because it was prophesied that on the third day. Okay, so the Spirit entered back into the grave, raised the Son of Man up with the same power that left him in Gethsemane. You see, that same authority that he had came back. Why? Why did it leave him? Because he had to die like your flesh would die for your sin. He was the lamb, the blood sacrifice to represent you in the blood. Now, what part was coming to represent the Father? Christ. That's why Christ had to stand down and let Yeshua, the Son of Man, born of a woman, enter into the mission of the sacrifice. You see, right there, people don't see the power. They don't see how he went into the grave, he died. What would be the sense for the Father to die? He can't die. That's why they didn't understand Genesis chapter 1 and 26. Let us. They didn't understand. They still don't. Even the word let, who's he saying it to? You see, they don't get it, and they're not going to get it. And where we at today, y'all say they don't have to get it, Deborah. It's over. It's finished. All went well. Praise the mighty Yah. So when I see in all of Revelation and how the Most High has orchestrated everything from a level of spirit, that's why nobody can see the spiritual power of the Father's right hand. So the fear that comes upon man and woman is the fear of the flesh They are not assured. They are double-minded. They are doubtful, and they're loaded with wicked and evil because they never knew the power. They never really knew God. That's why they can't see him for who he is. They can't praise him for all he's done and all he's going to do. They can't see him to be really all power. It's easy to say, oh yeah, I believe this and I believe that. But to really have that thing in you, you will speak just like Sister Deborah. You will speak just like Sister Deborah. And it won't be so much just like Sister Deborah in the same spirit realm of spirit and truth. So as I turn and I see all the things that's going on in the world, Sister Deborah, now run to Revelation and say, where it's at? Where it's at? Because you can find it. So, because when you go to Revelation chapter 9, you go to Revelation chapter 9, verse 1 and 2. Listen to this. And the fifth angel sound, and I saw a star fall from the heavens unto the earth. The angel now sounded, and I saw a star falling from heavens unto the earth. And to him was given a key to the bottomless pit. You see that? Do you see that? Who is this keep getting keys to the bottomless pit? Only the Father in heaven can usher such a thing to one. And listen to what he do when he get the key. And he opened up, verse 2, and he opened up the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, as a smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the earth was darkened by the reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts on the earth. Unto them was given power as a scorpion of the earth have power. Okay. Now listen to this, verse 4. For it was commanded them. What y'all gonna come up with now? Y'all gonna come up with the fact that Satan done something on the earth. See, you have to connect the spiritual realm with the natural. Never connect the natural with the spirit. You have to go into here and see the spiritual realm of how y'all orchestrated it, and you got to combine it to what is going on in the natural. You see? And when you combine it, or you come and bring it to the natural, you see the natural for what's going on. And then you realize, man ain't got the power to do nothing. This is the Father's will. Same thing he did for the what was that? The two witnesses. When the two witnesses came, them two witnesses poured up, and I was like, everybody's scared of them. Nobody wouldn't bother them because the power they had and all the things they could do. And you know what? They was two witnesses. But guess what? Do you think what was they coming to? Wait a minute, hold up. What was you thinking they coming to witness about? Not one of you can tell me. Anybody in the live chat, what was the two witnesses? What would be their purpose to come? What would be those two witnesses' purpose? What would be the purpose of those two witnesses? And then you'll turn around, go have someone go down. No, open up the bottom, send another angel down to the bottom of the pit and get another beast out, and that beast gonna come and kill the two of them. But what was the purpose? What was the purpose? And why were they called witness? And what would make the world afraid of them? And they were two witnesses. The answer is they had the power. How you like him now? They had the power. That's why the world was afraid of them. The world couldn't touch it. See, y'all thinking they came witness and said, Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, oh, the Father this and the Father that. No. They was coming to show up and show out on power. Something that you all still today have forsaken and never will grip. You can't have the word without the power. You can't have the power without the word. They are detached. And that's what the two witnesses was coming to show up and show out power. Then you go to Matthew's. Let's see what Matthew's 24 says. And because people don't know what power is of the Most High Yah, they just attach it to Satan. In Matthew chapter 24 and verse 14, and the gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in the world for a witness. Now, wait a minute. How can the gospel of the kingdom be preached to the world as a witness? The power. That's what is the gospel. The gospel of the kingdom is that power is at hand. Praise the mighty Yah. And this is even in Matthew's telling you, this is when the end. Matthew's 24 and verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness until what? Until what? All the nations, and then shall the end come. Do you think he's talking about preaching the gospel is this book? You gone. He's talking about you're going to witness my power. Hallelujah. And that's the critical situation we are in. Because if he's allowing these things to turn our heads and just to take a glimpse of who his power is, just imagine when you see all these things happening, it's him letting things loose. Satan is on one accord. He leaving the light on so we can see those that sits in the dark of a world but has the light to see. And then you got a trillion of them walking around who can't see nothing. That's why they can fool the people's heads up with all this here crazy stuff. And the people prefer that to be their light and to be their guide. I see so much. Okay, let's take for example that Montgomery brawl or whatever. Satan got the okay from the Most High Yah to cut up from the floor. And the father said, I don't care what you do. Just leave the light on. Just leave the light on. Leave something on so they can see. Plainly seen. This is a part of the that decided that we got to show how ugly of a people these people are. We got to show the world how naked in ugliness they are. And guess what? They don't even have to have a hard time doing it. They do it nice and easy. And the world sees our ugliness and our wickedness. But see, we want to blame Satan and the devil for it. But now, y'all, tell you right now, if he thought for 1 minute over in the promised land, now listen to this. Y'all allowed us to go into the promised land, and we end up with the richest land on the face of the earth. And we over there in the promised land. If y'all thought for 1 minute it was Satan that caused us to do the things that we done, come on. No. He wouldn't have dared sit there and told Ezekiel how wicked of a people we were. He wouldn't have dared call us stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient. He ain't calling it to Satan. He ain't saying that about Satan. He said it about you, and you still too blind to see it. He don't have to lie. He know you from the inside out and the outside in. He knew you before the foundation of the world. Now, what we were doing over in the promised land, that got us cursed. That's why Sister Deborah said, own that thing. Salute that thing, Father. We salute that thing. We own that thing. Why? Because whatever you say we were doing that caused us to be where we at, I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement. I can't help but agree, even on top of agreeing, because I see how our people act today. So with this here Montgomery broil or whatever they're doing, look how they got us to act a fool. I sat back and I gave y'all an example about when I was in high school, and it was just a whole bunch of flyers all over the north side neighborhood saying the Crips and the Blood was going to have a war. And I said, who could have put this flyer? And it wasn't on just no basic flyer. It looked like somebody had some money and professional. The heathens does that. That's how they keep us at each other. They don't have to do much for, they don't have to do much to get you to dislike me. Oh, no. They got it packed down. They know it from A to Z, not A to B or D. They know how to do it from A to Z, how our mind functions. They know how we think, how we work, how we do things. They know us from they know our backhand and our front. That's how well they have gotten to know us and how we move. That's why they can do the things that they do, because they know us like that. But who let them know us like that? The Father, because He known us, and He know, and He knew, and He know that the type of people we have always been, always been. So He said, "I tell you what, Deborah, I took my portion out. I got mine. I got what's mine, and it is written." So all these others going around here, they didn't made their own bed. And what I'm looking at also is, how is it that a nation of people who say, "Oh, I'm awakening. Oh, we woke now. Now we know who we are." Baby, let me tell you something. You are just as blind to who you are, even worse than when you said you was woke. You in a worse situation. It didn't take you into nothing but a pitch dark tunnel, because you ain't awakened to nothing. Because to me, if you don't awaken to spirit and truth, you still in a dark tunnel, and there's no way out. So I'm sitting here looking at them, seeing the whole setup. I said, Father, why is it that I can sit here and I can look at it and see it so clear? Why is it I can see that this is a setup? The people never realized that the chair that the man had was a paper. No one never really looked at it to see that it was a piece of paper. When he hit him, it went straight through like a piece of paper, because he was. People are not looking at it and hearing the people video, the black people videos, and say on the other side talking about the fight and how it really was. If there was and a young guy swimming across the water, all of that was a setup. But guess what? That's how easy it is to manipulate us as a people. That's how dumb we are. We always been dumb. We sit and said we built this here whole country. Y'all say you's a lie from the pit of hell. You ain't built nothing. That's what your mind said, because you labored more than anybody, but you ain't built nothing. He said you ain't built nothing. That's a trap word that y'all have been teaching these Negro people to manipulate them to think that they somebody so important. But why is it you nothing to him? Why ain't you done nothing to represent the one that you're supposed to be so important to? Why is it that you continue to disrespect, dishonor, profane his name, and have no honor in the Most High Yah? And how you say that we don't, Deborah? Through your actions. If you can't see what you see in the world and you run around like you don't see nothing, then you are like unto they are. This whole Montgomery thing is a setup. Why? It has to fulfill what was written. They're gonna hate you. And the ones that they're going to hate is going to be all of us. So the good is going to come out. When I say the good, the light is going to come out on the side of the darkness, because it's been fulfilled. It's been prophesied. They're going to hate you. Look at how it's spreading around the world. Look how they make it. And you know what? This is the sad part where I know that Negroes are gone. I know y'all ain't got no sense. Is when you got at least 15 or more. You got more, but I'm just saying, I heard 15 Europeans say that was a fake incident. That was fake. They ain't saying it because they're on the white side or they're on the black side. They was trying to tell you all, they trying to start a racial war. That's all it's about. Yeah, and nobody can see that. Negroes can't even see it. These Negro women and these Negro men going in places, punching people, robbing stores. Now, the whites are doing it too. Don't get me wrong. They ain't going in. I ain't seeing them going in punching and stuff, but I see them starting stuff, but not at the capacity of how you would think we would be more different in how we conduct ourselves, because we've been through so much. You see what I'm saying? And then if you awaken, now you know who you are in God. Now you know you have to be lining up right when you're doing things. So how could you be so awakened and you still doing worse than you were when you sleep? You might as well stay asleep, because you're worse and wicked and evil than you were when you was asleep. You work worse than now. So it's no such thing as awakening, y'all. It's no such thing as awakening. That's another form. And when you find awakening, you got to understand, you can hear words speaking of Yah awaken. Asking Yah awaken to all this chaos that's going on and these things that's taking place. You hear a lot of people talking about awaken Father. A lot of the awakening is talking to Yah because of what's going on. Him awaken to what is going on. But people are not seeing everything they're doing. And like, just like he was telling me, I'm not a person that's with black or white or marrying black or white. To me, none of that matters. Why? Because in Yah, when he sees us, he sees spirit. He don't see your color or your melanated or your pale. He don't see that. He sees spirit. Okay, that's what he sees, and that's where I noticed we as a people never meditated on the fact that, wait a minute, if he's a spirit, then he said we worship him in spirit. So only thing he's detaching to is spirit. But what I learned is what the Father taught me was in the process of the word being fulfilled, okay? Meaning the word is being fulfilled by things that is being conducted, the evil and wicked that's being conducted to draw into the prophecies that has been prophesied. So therefore, let's say that example. When you see where he say, and you shall be hated, throughout really the whole world, you're going to be hated. He's not talking about you, y'all, because you Hebrew Israelites. See how blind, gone you are? They only gonna hate who is invested in you. They're gonna hate you because of your outer man, and it's not because of your melanated, it's because who's in you after they're gonna be and destroy everyone else. See, that's what people don't understand. You're gonna get destroyed, y'all. Y'all can run around here and think that you're not, but you are. See, and that's what you don't see. You can't see it coming. And it's the whole idea of, he said it in Deuteronomy 28, until you are destroyed. There's two ways. They're going to destroy you here and physical. The ones that get started here is going to be able to get out through the prompt. Y'all going to bring them out, because being destroyed here don't mean nothing if greater is he is in you here. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have to believe that your flesh is separate from your spirit. And this instructions and direction guide through the Holy Spirit teaches you they have nothing in common. They don't work together. Y'all don't get it. Your spirit do not work with your flesh. When the Holy Spirit steps in, it teaches you to get your flesh under the subjection to your spirit. But do your flesh still buckle up? Sure it do. That's what caused you to do some things wrong. Because the flesh going to buckle up until it's in the ground, buckle down. It's going to always buckle up. But Yah is trying to get you to understand that there's something greater that can be in you. And that's the only way you're going to get up out. That's the only way you're getting up out of here. You ain't getting up out of here because you a Hebrew Israelite. You ain't getting up out of here because you call yourself a pastor, or a prophet, or a prophetess. You ain't getting up here out of here because of those reasons. On the outer man is who you are on the inner man that he has invested in you. That's his small remnant. That's his small remnant. So I kind of think about how it's so just and so fair the way Yah has orchestrated everything. It is so just. The more you allow him to speak to your spirit and break things down to you, everything become more just and more righteous. So as I'm looking at this here broil, I'm looking at these what he was telling me about why the black women are marrying the white men, and why the white men are marrying the black women, and why the black men are still marrying the white women, is each one of them thinking they getting something better than their own race. Yes, being tired of your own race being the way that it is, you are willing to accept something out of the women, out of the norm, and you thinking you got something. Baby, you still ain't got nothing, because it's going to mix up. It's going to destroy really how your child lives their life on the earth. Because even though the father is going to have the majority of Gentile blood, meaning it's going to be majority of the father, but yet the mother melanated in her and who she is still gonna rest in the child. And what I'm looking at as I'm looking at these kids, I'm like, well, these kids showing they black side, even though their daddy is a Gentile. So I'm like looking at this. I said, but why is it, Father, that the black women either has to be darker and they have to not maintenance themselves? I think I don't care what you got going on in your life, you should still look a certain way that makes you feel good about who you are. It's no reason you look in a certain way because the flesh of a man telling you to look this way. It's no need in you looking a certain way because you're trying to get likes and subscribers. These women are getting on here looking like, who did it? This one, I know she's from Africa somewhere. She's on nationwide television, perming her little girl might be 3. She might not even be 3. Perming her little daughter's hair. Perming, put a relaxer on nationwide television. Every one of these women that's married to these men, and I ain't gonna say everyone, but the ones that I've seen, and I've seen about 15, every last one of them act like they got a mental condition. I kid you not. And I sit back and say, who are filming them? Who are doing their videos for them? They are hooked up with the elites some way or another because they got thousands and millions of subscribers, and like the world showing you this is what I like to look at. As long as they degrading their own nation, their own self. And I sit back and watch these women. I'm like, baby, have you got up to show? You showing these people all your body, and you're showing them this and dressing like this. If your mother just see you, she probably will beat you down. Why are you pregnant? They don't care. Somebody's telling them to just do all this stuff. I guess I shouldn't say somebody's telling them. I think they just gone anyway, because they have the guy next to them dressed all nice and decent, clean cut, and then the woman walk around like she just woke up out of bed and just going out into the streets with a bra on, and you just had a baby, but you got on dookie shorts, Daisy Dukes. I'm like saying, who does that? And got 1 million and more than 1 million subscribers. Why are these people watching this? It's because they have to make us look just that bad. It's another thing that our men want us to look away, that they want us to make us look, to try to say that so nobody won't look at you. But if you got to get up every morning and look at yourself, get your stuff in order. Make yourself look as nice as you want to look. Because when you look good to yourself on the outside, you feel good on the inside. These women don't feel good. They look in a way that's going to get them what they feel that they're going to receive. This one black lady perming her 3-year-old. I don't even think she's 3. And her white Caucasian husband standing up there asking her, why are you putting that in her hair? And what is that? I never heard of that. And she's sitting here, well, I'm doing it anyway. And she's from some sort of very, 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 very unattractive looking woman. And she's on nationwide television filming her perming her mixed daughter's hair. Guess why? She don't want the daughter's hair to even look like it looks like hers. She wanted to match her husband's floating hair, so everybody can see her daughter is her husband's. She thinks nobody don't know that, because you would have to be crazy, first of all, to be sitting on nationwide television putting a relaxer into your daughter's hair. 3 years old, she's probably younger than 3 years old, and you putting it in there, talking about you trying to get it straight. Now, don't forget, now the little girl, her already straight. She wants it straighter. Because what she see in her daughter is too texture. But you can see before she did her daughter hair, you can see it's real soft and, it lays down. Why are you putting a perm in it? So the whole world can see that you stupid. This is how the tribe of Judah conduct themselves. Nationwide, worldwide. But then want you to think that they have awakened to something outside of stupidity and ignorance and wicked and evil. Because to see stuff like, and this is the sort of stuff you see them doing. I'm like, who's doing this? So in the last, I say almost a month now, I come to understand this is a setup. That's why they're going to want to and feel that when they take our lives, it's the right thing. It's the right thing to do because it makes sense. All of it makes sense, y'all. Because this is how it's prophesied. It's how we're going to be conducting ourselves. It's going to make us look really bad, and they're making us look bad. Our people are going, Judah is out here going into stores, grabbing, stealing, hitting people, fighting, killing their women by great numbers, doing all the highest level of wicked killing and murdering, stealing and fighting and shooting out of this world. But then the tribe of Judah stand back on these devil platforms, said, we the people, they bothering us. Do you all understand? If he takes the Gentiles and put them to the side, do you all know that you all will kill each other? You all will kill each other off. The Father said that you were doing that in the land floating with milk and honey. Not in the wilderness, in the land that he gave you. And that he was your God. This is the sort of thing that these people were doing. So I'm sitting here looking at this boat thing. I'm looking at these women marrying these white men. And I'm like saying, this one, that's young girl, she used to be, now she went and tattooed her whole stomach. Get on a TV and open her legs wide open on nationwide TV and sit there so you can see her and her husband, a European husband. I sit there and watch her wipe her nose and then rub it on her body. I would say, no, sleeping on couch, eating fish and food all over the couch. I'm like saying, who's teaching her? Who's letting her? Who's filming her? And do you all know she is getting more and more companies that's sponsoring her? You should have seen her. Even the white European husband, you can see the embarrassment sometimes on him, especially at the gym. She be embarrassing him because she get at the gym among all the men, open her legs wide open, slip her hands up, pull herself up with her legs wide open. I mean, just the things that she does. She's 8, and she has already 2 boys, and now she had a baby by the white guy, and now she's finna have another baby, another son by the white guy. I'm just still saying the things that she does is so, you all, it just stuff like that. I'm glad y'all give me an opportunity to see, because what he's saying is see so you can see why it is that it is. I mean, we're not seeing what is actually going on. We could care less what's going on. The whole thing about that tugboat or whatever that man and them people didn't move, that's a setup. Y'all didn't even see how they was clowning. And I be trying to figure out what will make all these black people. You got people who've been on your YouTube for years posting that boat in Montgomery, that boat brawl or whatever they want to call it. Why would you do that? Why can't you see that was fake? Why I be trying to piece the pieces together. He said, Deborah, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane and stay with understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. You got it. You got what it takes. Stay with it. No matter which way they go, let them go, but you don't get off the bandwagon. Because you get off that bandwagon, you're going to bump your head and then you have to crawl back on. Because the truth of the matter is, some of this stuff, not some of it, most of it is just too hard to bear. It's too hard to embrace. Had it not been for the Ruach HaKodesh in me, and I'm being full of it, I don't know. It's no way I could stand. No way. And all of this stuff that they doing, and that when I went to see that movie, Sound of Freedom, what was that? Sound of Freedom. If you were wondering why would they sit and try to make that the best movie, why would they sit and say anything about that movie? Y'all, the worstest movie that ever hit the movie screen. And you say, well, wait a minute, how could they have put that on that pedestal? Like, why would they say that? Didn't have no meaning to it. Wasn't just. Anything in it wasn't clarified or identified of anything. you're trying to figure out, well, what is it for? You get so caught up in it trying to figure out, what is this movie about? What is the purpose? It didn't mean nothing. But they just wanted to let you know we are in the business of this sex trade. I think the wicked of them want you to know we're in it. We in it big time. It's going to remain. It's going to always be here. It's not going anywhere. That's the purpose I can see of why they say in the movie, because they blaming so many people regarding this movie. And I said, oh boy, so many, what is it called? Distractions that's taking place. That's really what it is. And it hurts me to see people who've been on this YouTube for 20 years still chasing every scenery that the heathen put up. Satan put an album on and said, y'all want to hear a nice song? And everybody start automatically dancing to it. That means supporting it and bringing it to their channel and making it something that it's not. Show it up and show it out. Tell it what it is. It's a setup from the floor. But yet, no, this is what the Father says to me. He said, in the instructions and direction book, which is the King James Bible or the 1611, he said, it's all giving you some insight. When the Holy Spirit comes, it teaches you this book. But it teaches you in an order where you can see it in the spirit and truth of the whole matter. And all these issues that's actually taking place and all these things that's going on, it's just not getting better. And I don't know why everybody is looking for it to get better. And it's not, you guys, nowhere near it. I think the best and the better come in when you know how to see it and to live with it, but live with it in the light, y'all. Don't live with it in the dark. Don't choose the darkness to live with all these issues that's going on in the world. Make up in your mind, whose side are you on? Which side do you want to stand in? Do I want to stand in the dark side or do I want to stand in the light? The reason why I say that is your actions speak louder than your name written in that book or in that books. Your actions shows which book you're in. You don't even need to go to heaven to see if you're in the book of life. You don't need to go to hell to see if you're in the Lamb book of life. I mean, in the lake of fire, the books that's for the dead that goes to the lake of fire. All you have to do is what? Just look at yourself today. It tells you exactly where you're going. That's a part of even the light being left on. That's why he says to you all, there's nothing new under the sun. We make things to be what it is not, to cover what we're not willing to just call it what it is and see it for what it is. None of these pages are speaking or doing anything on the platform. To me, I've been here 5 years and it's getting worse and worse. And me as a prophetess trying to see who I can detach myself to and listen and expound on or unite. It's not one. And that's sad. It's sad. It's not one that I can find to say, okay, this is a person I can sit and listen to every day. And I was explaining to my son, oh, y'all, we did a video for his YouTube page. And he was saying some things. And I realized something, that I had to stand down. I had to realize that what y'all has prepared right now in this end days, hey, goes way beyond what I can understand. Those that he's pulling up, the last seasonal, and it's not the last seasonal, those who are going to be able to stand firm toward issues and situations and be able to speak to you all beyond what Sister Deborah can speak. Because like I explained to my son, I'm a prophetess in the wilderness. To be honest, I am a judge, whether you like it or not. You hear me? Tribe of Judah, men and women, whether you like it or not. That's my calling. I'm supposed to see the things the way the eyes of Yah sees through me and see it for what it is and call it what it is and keep it going. You want to go into situations, you touch base with Sister Deborah and say, What would y'all say to you regarding me doing this or taking on this? That's what a prophetess is. To give that counsel, that sense of direction, that voice from Yah. So what I'm seeing on the other side, y'all, this is what I'm seeing over on this side here. I'm like, wait a minute, Father, you about to bring in a whole new crew. Ooh, we in trouble. Yes, he is. Because even that guess what, y'all? The crew that y'all's about to bring in, guess what? I ain't gonna understand it. Mm-mm. I ain't gonna even understand the things that they're gonna be doing or the things that they're gonna be saying. Meaning, I'm not going to be able to get them to come into the realm of my understanding of Yah. What he said, he got them going into a realm that's totally different. That's the hour we in. And I'm like saying, wait a minute, these people gonna come in, but they ain't gonna have no play in. That's the thing. One thing I learned about it, they ain't gonna have no play. They're gonna be serious about what y'all is sending them. And a lot of them gonna lose their lives, but they're gonna be serious about what they're saying. It's not no, because as I'm gonna say, when I think of my son, I think I said, okay, but Father, here I am, and here he is. We in the same, we going in the same direction, but I didn't know this, I didn't know this, I didn't know. Yes, but because I'm sending him on that hour for the right now hour in which we are in. You are the judge. You are the counsel. You can seek me for other people. But these people that's coming, they ain't got no plan. They don't care about dying. You see? They coming to speak things that a lot of you might not have even focused or thought about, even Sister Deborah. So that kind of got me kind of shaky. I'm like, okay, so do I need to make sure he understand the T's and the I's? No. I gave him tools like I gave you. Let him work them. So I'm like, okay, I'm back in my lane. I'm finna go back in my lane then, Father, y'all. I'm finna go back in my lane. And I get on back over in my lane somewhere and sit down. Because I believe there's something else I was going to tell you all. After August, I don't know what is going on, but I feel something different is going to take place after August. I don't know what it is, y'all. He hasn't given me the fullness of it. I don't know what it is, and I'm trying to see if is it me that I'm going to have to, something going to happen to me, or I'm going to have to. He has not given me the fullness, but it almost feel like it's a good thing. So it almost feel like it's a good thing to me, for me. I don't know what it is, but it's like it's a newness that's taking place in the end of after August. I don't know what it is. He ain't told me it. He ain't gave it to me. He ain't gave me the fullness of it. He ain't gave me nothing. All I know is something's about to take place the first of next month, not this, after August. I put it like that. That's how I would see it after August. I'm like, woo-wee. And that's kind of deep for me, because normally, no, not normally, he gets me, he spoons feed me sometimes on things that's taking place. Not all the time do he give me the fullness. Sometimes he spoon feed me. So all I know is that he still got this, and I don't know what it is that's going to take place after August. But I do know he do have those that he has coming to continue the race. I tell you that. But and that I believe it's the race out of here. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. That's how I believe. I believe it's the race to lead us out. I don't think it's the race to lead us in. I think it's the race of those that's going to say things to us so we can go start heading out. That's what I think. The ones that he's come that he has shut down already. I think they're saying things to kind of lead us out the gate, heading to the promised land. That's the only thing I can think of, because I believe a lot of things is taking place. And like I spoke to you all once before, there is, and whether y'all understand it or know it or not, the skinheads, the KKK, and the white supremacists, there is a heavy mission to get all of that started. The racial kingdom against kingdom and nation against nation in this country. They got to get that stirred up. And they're doing a really good job on the behalf of us cutting up from the floor. I'm going to be honest. You see Europeans doing it too. But the whole focus is to make us look out of place, to make us look wrong, to make us look bad. And then the Father says to Sister Deborah, are they making you look bad or you're just looking bad? So are we going to still say and believe that somebody doing something to us? What about what we are doing? What about what we are saying? What about how we're conducting ourselves and training our families and our children and our wives and our husbands to do the things that we feel that is right and we know that it is wrong? So this is what he's saying. We're riding this thing as if we're the angels from heavens, we're the perfect ones, just because we say that we are the children. But when it all said and done, you got somewhere along the line, and I don't know how this got like that. We never saw ourselves as, how would I say, people who are written in the Lamb Book of Life. We never look at ourselves and say, oh, well, we the people in the Lamb Book of Life. We're the people for eternal life. No, you can't say that, because you have done and conduct yourself since the beginning of this book to the end in the other books. So how is it now you're awakening? Oh, we the people. You're the people what? That's in the Lamb Book of Life or in the book of death? The books of death that goes to the lake of fire. Which children are you? You see, they never think, they don't think like that. They don't think of a stiff-necked rebellion and disobedience. That's powerful. That's powerful. No, it's not powerful. It's not powerful until it lands out of the mouth of Yah. And that's who say we stiff-necked and rebellion and disobedient. It's proceeding out of the mouth of Yah saying that we are that. So therefore, a creator is saying this about us. Why aren't we looking into that? Why aren't we looking into the things which are spirit and truth? If he said that you can't worship him in your flesh, you worship him in spirit and truth, why are we trying to worship him in the things of the flesh and the things of the world and trying to justify, clarify, and identify that it is of Yah? We lie daily on him. Daily, out of our mouth, the way we even teach, to preach, the way we speak to the people, the way we communicate with the people. We lie, and get up like it ain't nothing wrong with it. Why? Because we the children. But which children are you? Are you in the Lamb Book of Life or are you in the lake of fire? You got to be able to distinguish which book you come out of and going to go in. That's what you need to be looking at or thinking about. And the most people, all you have to do is see your lifestyle. It fits what you're doing down here already. So they don't get caught up in that because they're so busy trying to get as many people to go into the broad gate to do the things that pleases them and make them think that they are somebody when they're really nobody, but they want you to think that they're somebody because they own the devil's platform. And everything that they're doing is conducting the work of the devil, the way the devil rumbles, the way he conducts himself. They too decide, okay, we're going to conduct ourselves with wicked and evil, like the devil conduct himself like wicked and evil. We want to be like him. And that's what they do. Leaving no plate for spirit and truth, only plates for darkness, the things that are wicked and evil. And therefore, people get addicted. You know how people get addicted to alcohol, drugs, porno, and all kind of old things. Well, that's how easy it is for them to get addicted to the things of the world, the things of the darkness, the things of wicked and evil. You know, because I was thinking, I said, okay, my son probably already knew about this, but he didn't. I had to share with him about who put the tree of good and evil in the garden. And why was good connected to evil? And why was evil connected to good? Because that's the only way evil and wicked work. They use good to back their evil up. That's how they use it. That's how they get away with the things that they get away with. You see people taking lives, and you don't see nobody. This is different. If Deborah had to be on this platform, okay, and then Satan put his album on, they would never teach what Deborah had to, the album Deborah put on. They would always teach with Satan. Why? Because they are about Satan ways and doing wicked and evil to get what they feel they need to get here on the earth. They're not going to focus on spirit and truth or to get what is spirit and truth. They're going to focus on wicked and evil because they feel that the most people, 99.9, desire the food and the word of the world. I see things taking places and people are filming. I'd be like, how could you just stand there and film something like that without feeling that thing? Because you are who you are down here already. You're really showing who you are in the heaven. It's the way you conduct yourself down here on the earth. So if anyone in the live chat, if you happen to have any questions, that you have a question for Sister Deborah, go right ahead. But my whole thing was I wanted to go back to trying to get you all to understand the power. We have served. We have thought we served the Most High Yah. We continue to pretend, or we are saying we serve him, but you can't serve him without the power. You have to be able to know. Because guess what? That's your belief. That's your faith. What do you got faith in? His power. That's your belief, his power. Because in the beginning, Genesis chapter 1 and verse 2, let, and what? It began to create that which he told, let it be. So bring it forth, that power. So when we sit and we thinking we can serve him without recognizing the power and not considering the power, that's why we don't have the faith to move mountains. That's why we don't have the power. Do you wonder why he said, you shall have power after the Ruach HaKodesh have come upon you, in you? You should have power. Where's your power? Where is your power, I say unto thee? Where is your power? How can you have power that you do not believe? How do you have power that you know not of? You can't. So a lot of us are just walking around, like I say, faking it till you make it. This power is going to get you up out of here, you people. This power is going to be able to direct you and your family. When y'all bring you out, you're going to know. And you know what? Just like in the when he brought them out of Egypt, a lot of them fell off, y'all. Don't let nobody tell you they did. They did. And this is the same way they're going to fall off then. That's why he said, what did he say? His mighty hand and his work for us changing you is going to happen when you get to the promised land, not when you're on your way. He said you're going to be cursed coming in and going out. So that means you're going to be still cursed. You see? So at least you can take light with you, even in the midst of darkness. That's that power. Take that light everywhere you go. Recognize it. Salute the Father's power. Salute who he is, who he was, who he's going to be. It felt so good in my son's video. He made that statement. He said, he was, he is, and he's going to be. And you know what's very powerful? I call it spirit and truth. My son was saying that truth, in a sense, is really all we have. And I'm like, where'd he get that from? Because it's the truth. You see? And we run around here thinking all these other materialistic things is what we have to make us who we are and who we're going to be. And yeah, no. And then when it all boiled down, when me and him finished talking, we wrapped that power right into that truth. He said, after you receive spirit and truth, you shall have what? Power. And see, y'all forsake it. That's where you know that, wait a minute, I need to go back to the altar and check some things. Let him show you how to use it. If you are, and you do have the Ruach HaKodesh, ask him, tell me how to use the power of the Father. Show me how to use it. Teach me how. If it's greater in me, show me where it can be used, where it is needed, how I can put it forth for your glory, your honor. It's no need in living and dying and never recognize that which is in you that's greater. And he said, you shall receive. After that spirit has come upon you, you shall receive power. Now that power is there for you to heal your body, to heal anybody's body. That power is there for you to open the blind eyes. That power is in there for if the police stop you, you can just sit there and say, this too shall pass, be thou removed. In the name of the right hand of the Father. Woo-wee! Just knowing that power exists is very helpful in these midnight hours we are in today, you guys. So don't estimate that the power of Satan and his wicked and his evil, your wicked and evil is line up with his wicked and evil. That's why those who follow Satan, which is his wicked and evil, are all going to the lake of fire. Only thing different, you just read in the instructions and direction, and the Ruach can take you there and give you the fullness, showing you how easy it's going to be to send him to the lake of fire. Send him and chain him up. One angel. So see, we make it how would I say it? We make it hard, not so much as the word hard. We make it as if it's so powerful. He's so powerful. He did. You know what? I said to the Father, I said, Father, seems like he more in your order according to your will than anybody. Everything's going according to your will, but seems like he's following it to the T. He said, yes, he is. He is. Satan is following the Father's order to the T. And every other thing. Okay, let me show you an example. You remember the Ephraim, I can't get that name, Ephraim River or whatever, when it dried up, whatever, what did he say? Something coming up, man. Woo-wee! It don't sound good, do it? Woo-wee! He's bringing something from underneath. You see? We sitting here thinking it's about Satan. Satan can't handle this. He's falling under the order of Yah. The order of Yah what? Will. And when you really get into Revelation, you start to see the power of Yah working all these things out that's happening so that we can see how he has orchestrated everything with his right hand according to his will and his power. Because when I got to seeing, wait a minute, what is that falling out of heaven? Why'd you give him the keys to the bottomless pit? To open up the pit, to let them scorpions out so they can sting people. That's another sickness coming, y'all. Wait a minute, Father, y'all. I'm waiting for the two prophets. What you gonna sit there and have them to come? Why are you sending the angel down there open up that pit for that thing to come up to kill those two prophets? Ain't nobody on earth gonna kill them. It's gonna be what y'all gonna pull up out of hell, out of the pit to take them out. See how? Now listen to this. If these are the two witnesses, and they coming to show up and show out, they ain't coming to witness to you about the Most High, y'all. It's finished. It's over. He ain't coming to tell you about the Most High, y'all. That's not what they coming to witness about. They coming to witness his power. They finna show up and show out on the earth to show these countries Yah's power. And the whole idea of you knowing that they can cause rain to fall out of heaven, cause it to rain, what is it, fire out of heaven. It's trying to show you that these two witnesses gonna have some power. But y'all said, Deborah, they scared. Hey, Angel, get down there, get that key, open that pit, bring them on up. Tell them, come on up, take them out. Keep on running around here thinking that Satan is the power. Satan don't rule nothing. He ain't gonna even be able to rule hell when he get there and start burning for eternal. He ain't gonna be able to rule that. And nothing down there with him. See, we lost. Gonna be lost. Gonna die lost. That's why he said, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people, Deborah, but they gonna perish. Perish, Father. What that mean? They're going to die. Lack of knowledge. What is this knowledge? Spirit and truth, devil, of the whole matter. I'm like, okay. He said, finish reading. Because they reject. I'm going to reject them and their children. We thinking he forgot all of that. No. He's about what he's saying. He said what he's about. We just stuck on stupid. Still thinking he rumble our way, do things our way. We think that he has to follow our order. Isn't that sad? That is really sad. But as you read, when you read into Revelation, and you get all up in this revelation, you start to see, wait a minute, Father, that's you. You doing that. Yep. The biochemical they set out. It's matching the shot that they issue to people. See, all that, when you hear all that stuff that's coming up out of Revelation, that's the Father on the throne calling everything to come up for judgment. But just that Satan has to master here on the earth. You see, he has to set it up for y'all on the earth. You see, y'all didn't know that, did you? Oh, yes. Because that's why you see wicked and evil so at its highest. It's because they're happy that they get to have the leeway and not be punished for it, because they got a work to do for the Father's will. You see, that's why they're excited and doing the things to the max. And you ain't seen nothing. Keep living. You're gonna see them show up and show out. They orchestrated that boat, that Montgomery, whatever that was, brawl or whatever. They orchestrated that, and it was so fake. It was so fake. And I'm like seeing this older man, French, y'all sitting here talking about he got the gift. God gave him a gift to be able to decode. Sit your stupid tail down. If God gave you the gift to follow the steps of Satan, then you about right. You are so about right. But keep God out of it and go on and follow Satan, because you're playing witchcraft and voodoo. Y'all told Satan to leave the light on. Leave the light on, he has left. Faithfully have he left the light on, as my Father has told him. That's why you're seeing what you're seeing. But it ain't because he's giving you a gift to follow the devil and his works. You stupid. What human being would get on this earth and say that they're following the codes? There are signs that Satan doing this and Satan talk. Here they go. Satan talking without talking. Baby, let me tell you something. That's showing you right there. Y'all told him to leave the light on. He don't have to speak. He don't have to say nothing. He just got to leave the door and light on like y'all told him to. You just too blind. You put it into witchcraft and sorcery and you selling it straight on YouTube. That's what he doing. Getting it big time on YouTube. People sending him money and everything. Big time to practice voodoo and sorcery on the devil's platform. So that's about right. Every time, if a car go over a bridge, I can decode it. He decode everything. He put numbers, colors, everything together. Baby, he done took red, black, white, checker, Phoenicia, or whatever you call it, blue, purple. That's, to me, that's just about, yellow. These dumb people ain't even recognized that he done took every color there is in a Crayola box and he's decoding it to be something wicked and evil for Satan. So he done gave a whole Crayola box to Satan like they did the rainbow. Same way. So be nasty peoples. Now what happened to the rainbow? That's how they do things. That's how they follow wickedness. So he didn't took all these colors and made them Satan colors to send signs so he can understand what Satan has done. Wait a minute, bro. Why isn't you telling people when stuff happens before Satan do it? Because you ain't got no gift. And then he hooked up with this other Gentile, and they just on the rail, and they got people following them, connecting all this. And How is it you gonna connect black, white, red, purple, blue, Phoenician? I don't know what that is. That's like a turquoise. Yellow and white. I think I said that. That's the whole Crayola box. How is it every time somebody can say, like this right here, I can hold this up on here. Oh, he can decode this. Oh, this is like the sun. It matches this, which is evil. You see, this man didn't play this game since he was young. And he done found YouTube that he can master it on. And these people on here be on here clowning. I mean, just this is what's sad. But then on the other hand, it's pretty good. Because y'all standing back looking at it and said, see? And then he said, I gave him that gift to follow Satan, to tell the world what Satan doing after Satan had done it. Everything he connects is always he want people to think he got this spiritual contact from heaven that's telling him this connect. That's witchcraft and sorcery if you don't know it. But he said that that's what it will be in these days and time, this day and time. Because this is what people want. He's giving people what they want. And when you can grab something on YouTube and you see people eating it up, that's their meals on their table. That's their food. And I'm telling you, he said God gave him that gift, but guess what happened, y'all? He reached 100,000 and was bragging and bragging and bragging. It wasn't even a month later. YouTube stopped paying him, saying they no longer support him in his, and they took it away. Now I'm like saying that, but then I thought you said God gave it to you. I thought that's the gift that God gave you. You playing witchcraft and sorcery. And y'all took it away to show you. You want to play the game, play it by yourself. That's witchcraft and sorcery, and you claiming it detached to me, giving you that gift to be able to play witchcraft and sorcery. I'm telling you, it's just a horrible thing. I didn't know if anyone had any questions. I went back to talking, but I will, if anyone had any questions, I'm here to ask any question. I think we got here a few more minutes if you have any questions, but I will say to you all, please, you know what I'm going to do tonight, you guys? I'm going to clean up. I'm going to move every room around tonight. I'm not going to bed until I do just that. I keep saying I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I haven't gotten around to it. But tonight, it's on. I'm going to go on and take care of that. I used to do that. But I've gotten behind on so many things. But I'm going to do just that. Anybody have any questions? Okay. So I will say that ask the Father to reveal the power that he has poured out with his spirit. Because if he has a power that comes with him, he said, after you receive the Holy Spirit, you shall receive power. If you feel that you don't have that power, then you need to ask him to show you where the power rests therein. Give you a little glimpse or a little something to show you that it exists. Because without it, let me tell you something, y'all. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. And I'm talking about you definitely ain't gonna make it out of this country, but you ain't gonna make it at all. Because the days that's coming, you're gonna need that power. Because that power represent you being him, and he and you and him. You ain't got no problem with getting up out of here. Because that's where he's gonna bring you out. He's gonna take his out. He coming for his. Matter of fact, he don't even have to come. He already got his. So I, Sister Deborah, say to you, appreciate everybody in the live chat for tuning in. And I think I'm going to be out. I'm going to get ready to do a lot of moving. And I say unto you all again, I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in. And I say shalom and shalom.